What's going on, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm gonna talk about the cost of living in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough so you can see what some of the apartment buildings look like over here by Copacabana. There's apartments in everywhere in the city, obviously, but this is where I feel like most tourists stay at anyways, by the beach. And so my apartment is like 1 block away from the beach, but I'll start off with like Airbnbs here, run you off about if you get you get the apartment in advance, maybe like 2 or 3 months out, you should get a good deal. But your average, I paid maybe like $550 for mine a month, but you're looking at around $7,000 to $1,000 a month. That's if you get long term. Now you get short term, it's a little bit more cheaper, but still gonna be a little bit pricier. I feel like when you get long term, you get better deals. But yeah, I understand most people are not on vacation, they're not gonna stay a whole month. So now you're backpacking, you stay at a hostel, you're looking at maybe $10 a night, very cheap. And then for a private room, maybe $35. But yeah, if you get an Airbnb, maybe for a week or even 2 weeks, you're looking at about $200 or $300. And then for a month, $700 to $1,000. Now for food, if you're living here long term, I think you're looking at about maybe $300 a month. It depends. So if you buy your own food, maybe $250, $300, and then you like to eat out a lot, which is cheap here over here in Brazil, maybe $350 to $400 a month, which is not really a lot of money when you think about it. Uber here is very cheap. Transportation here is cheap. I never pay more than $3 to $5 anywhere I go. I will say if you're used to living in Medellin, especially in Parado area, definitely it's a different, the apartments are not nice like those. You're not gonna get the same infrastructure. The architect is just not that nice. There's security in some of the apartments. Just gotta ask whenever you're booking a place. But I would say that the apartments are not as nice as other places or even other cities in Brazil. I could be honest. It just depends. But I think if you get a place right here by Copacabana, you're good to go. You should be able to find a place 1, 2, or even 3 blocks away from the beach, and then you're set. But the cost of living long term in Brazil is very cheap. There's a lot of places here on the side that you could walk, and you'll find places that are selling condos and stuff like that for $150 to $300, and but I would say that living in Rio de Janeiro is pretty cheap. The food is cheap, transportation is cheap. Obviously your Airbnb is going to be more expensive, but if you could find somebody that gets you a lease without obviously their TVs and sofas and beds and all that, it's going to be a lot cheaper. Maybe you're looking at about maybe $200, $250 a month, $350, around that price. But safety here is definitely a concern. There's a lot of robbers here, so you do have to be alert. Don't be walking around with an Apple Watch, jewelry on and stuff like that. Don't be flashy, just be careful. You have to watch your stuff. Me personally, when I go out, I've said this many times, I never take my cards or nothing like that. I take maybe $100 at most, and that's even pushing it, maybe $50. But you do have to be aware of the thieves around here. Everybody knows that Rio de Janeiro can be dangerous, especially here because this is where a lot of tourism is at. So this is where the thieves come to. But as far as everything else is concerned, the cost of living here is very cheap. And if you're backpacking, you're on the budget, it's even more cheaper, Like I said, hostels are very cheap. There's not too many of them. A lot of them that were open closed because of the pandemic. So there's some that are open still, and they're nice, But everything's cheap. Even when you go to the beach, everything, I never spend more than $15, $25, and I'm getting food, I'm getting beer and stuff like that with chairs and umbrella. So I think for everything that you get here, it's pretty good. It's pretty relaxed, pretty cheap. But I will say the infrastructure could be better. I just think now that they're getting more tourism, they probably might change some of the buildings. They might reconstruct some of them. I think compared to other cities that I've been to, the apartments here are not as nice. But still good. You just gotta look around, and I recommend if you come over here, look in advance and don't wait till the last minute. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.